Hi there, YouTube. Alright, so this is my first ever video. I am so excited to introduce myself, what I do, what my business is. My name is Jazz. I am the proud owner of Grace and Jazz Photography. It's gonna be a very imperfect space. Just truly what I do and what I love to do. Show you behind the scenes of maternity, newborn, family. That's what I specialize in. Today, I'm gonna take you behind the scenes on a maternity shoot that I am doing here at the studio. And I'm super excited for it. I am based again in Houston, Texas, and welcome to my little studio and my first ever vlog on here. I'm so excited to take you along on the journey.
Okay, so the very first thing that I am doing here, I picked up a few painter drops from Walmart, and they usually make a lovely backdrop. I have been wanting to try this for a very long time. Finally went to Walmart and grabbed those. The next thing I did was lay out a few outfits for the model that I wanted to try that have not been tried or either bought brand new. And I usually print out what it is that I would love to implement or try to do with each backdrop. I also have a full closet over here of other dresses, some that are more poofy and undergarments just in case mamas forget. I have a lot of black and white. Black and white is definitely my favorite, and a few different other beigey colors. For the most part, I like to pretty much have everything there ready for my mamas just in case they don't bring anything, forget something. I just like to take and make everything as easy as possible for them. I am still rocking out my beautiful dinosaur. It is a 5D Mark III. The camera does not make the photographer makes the camera or the shots. Lens I'm using is a 35mm. And I am using a 7-foot parabolic shoot-through umbrella, basically just a huge umbrella that makes my lighting super soft. And I am using Yongnuo triggers. I've had this one for a long time, probably time to upgrade to something else, but it still works and totally gonna rock it out until it just doesn't anymore. So just a quick layout of what the studio looks like. I have seating for, a sofa there. I use this main white wall over here on the left side for most of my basic shots. Today I had mama come in with the very first outfit, which I usually recommend as a jeans and a white top. It just gives classic Calvin Klein, something that's timeless and definitely extremely elegant. Before I even start shooting, I usually establish mama's good side. Most women have a side that they prefer, and it's really important for me that I position them in the side that they're gonna like, because they're the ones that are gonna be choosing their photos in the very end. I touch up, move hair, do anything I have to do to make the shot look the best that it possibly can. Today, right now, I'm using natural light, just full on natural light. I could have used the umbrella, but sometimes I just want something a little bit more documentary style or something with more grain in it, and that's when I'll use natural light. It just totally depends on my preference that day. So since I am using a prime lens, I do, walk up, move backwards, get different angles, different kinds of poses. So that way there's plenty of variety in their albums. Posing is also extremely important to me, but more than anything, I definitely understand that my models and my clients are not going to know already coming into the studio how to pose. It's definitely important to me that I took the time to understand how the women's body looks the most feminine, what poses are going to give them the most softest touch or a bold and glam look. So I definitely over the years have established a kind of workflow on how to make a woman's body just absolutely look stunning. Not everybody's going to come in knowing how to pose. One of the questions that I like to ask my mamas just in case is if they have any trouble getting down onto the floor. That's super important for me, especially since I had 4 babies and my last one, it was so very hard to sit on any hard surfaces. Again, comfort is super important, understanding how the body is working, how their body is going to work for the session. I make sure that they get breaks. If they need to take a second, then we give mama a second. Here we're doing a beautiful side pose. I call this the mermaid pose. I help and adjust and I move things around just to make sure this shot again looks the best that it possibly can. If at any point the pose is uncomfortable for mama, I have a second one or a third one already ready to get them into, just in case, you know, they may get a cramp in that certain position. For each different pose that I put mama into, I like to make sure I can grab as much of variety as I can. The initial poses that I do is looking at the camera, some side, and then of course me just moving around them to get different angles and different looks. Just moving around, guys, even sometimes when we get stuck, because there's honestly moments I get stuck. I've been doing this for 12 years, but there's moments when creativity, you just want it to flow, and it's not always going to be perfect. And I don't go into the session looking for perfection. I'm looking for creativity. I'm looking for different angles, especially since each mom is so different. No one personality is the same. Some have very, very confident energy, while others have very feminine and soft energy. It's just depending on how that mama and her energy works is the way I'm going to work around her. Again, for this session, I did the very beginning a very soft, natural light look because mom was giving a lot of feminine, calm and soft energy, which I absolutely loved. And of course, I do still give variety inside the session, and we will definitely do a bold and glam look. And I like to work up my mamas if I feel that they're very feminine at the very beginning, very soft. I work them up into the bold and glam look once they're a little bit more comfortable with me.
Here I changed my lighting around. I wanted to accomplish a bold contrast, high contrast look basically. I really love this one, and it's a new favorite that I've been adding it to my mama's albums. And we went ahead and moved into the boho set as the final set basically. This one was super cute. I really enjoyed this one. I actually never have tried this type of lighting out before, which is direct lighting, to make it a sort of harsh sunlight look, and it was definitely fun to edit. And here I went ahead and went back into my natural lighting, turned off that harsh direct light because, like I said, that was the first time I have ever tried direct lighting before in that nature. And since it's something I wasn't used to, I wanted to make sure that I gave my mamas a good album, regardless if I was just testing out light or not. And I knew natural light is always going to look wonderful and beautiful. So I went ahead and positioned mama back into that natural light look. If you take a peek over at my window, you will notice that my entire window is covered with white curtains. This is definitely done on purpose. It's to give a very diffused look into the studio, so that way I don't have harsh light coming in. Everything is balanced and super bright, airy, and light. Now for this set, I did want to do a little bit of prop shots. I usually honestly really don't ever use props, but this set definitely called for it. Usually I'm very minimalistic. It's usually a white, gray, or beige background, but I've been wanting to move into something a little bit more artistic in the last couple of weeks, and I've been definitely trying to implement that. So grab some of these Pampas. It was perfect for the set and gave the set an even more elevated look. Alrighty, so moving into the last outfit. This is definitely the more bold and glam look that I love achieving. This one, I moved my lighting into a mushroom kind of position. This gives a contrast, soft, but also high glam look. So when I ask my models to move, I make slight little changes here and there. Sometimes it gives the photo a different look, just little changes. So here we are doing a sitting pose. Now, I will admit with this pose that I did not have my lighting in the correct place. And I usually recommend placing the light right underneath where mama's head is going to be at. And I had it on the total opposite side. Photos still look beautiful, but I definitely do recommend always moving the light closer to where the head is at. One of the reasons why it's so important to put the light right underneath wherever your subject's head is at is because it fills in the face as it should, instead of trying to fix it in post-production or in your editing flow. And as a side note, I just want to say that being a photographer definitely calls for being extremely flexible, moving around, squatting down, laying down, all of the positions you can possibly think. We get into them just for that perfect shot.
Okay, we're all done. Beautiful maternity session, beautiful mamas, so easy to work with. That's a model session that I brought in today just specifically for new sets that I've been wanting to try out, new lighting, new things. So a lot of the things that I did today are things I don't usually do, honestly. The first outfit was definitely something I usually do, is a classic white shirt and jeans. It's beautiful, timeless. It's one of my favorites. I always recommend a black dress as well, and we definitely did one of the black dresses. The newest set that I tried out was this one here with the canvas backdrop, or the canvas drops, which are actually painter drops, which are perfect for backdrops. This one's gonna be interesting to edit. I've never tried full-on harsh light like sunlight before, so I'm excited to edit this one and see how everything just turns out. All right, so next video I am doing another maternity session and I'll be posting it here. Super excited for that one. And then of course I specialize in newborn and maternity, so you'll be seeing a lot of newborn, maternity, and definitely family. Next one should definitely be maternity, and then hopefully I'll bring on a newborn for a quick teaching and lesson about how to do that. All right.